Hey, most people get aquarium plants all wrong. They pick up high maintenance plants that turn into a total nightmare, melting, turning yellow, or just refusing to grow. But what if I told you that some of the best looking aquarium plants are also the easiest to care for? You don't need fancy CO2 setups, crazy lighting, or constant trimming. In this video, I'll show you 5 low-maintenance aquarium plants that make a huge impact with almost zero effort. Hey, aquascaping doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need any underwater jungle that requires hours of trimming every week. Some plants look incredible, thrive in almost any tank, and grow without you needing to do much at all. So today, I'm cutting through the nonsense and diving into 5 of the best low maintenance aquarium plants that will transform your tank with minimal work. Trust me, if you're tired of plants dying on you, these are the ones you need. Let's be real. Keeping aquarium plants alive can be frustrating. You buy a beautiful plant, stick it in your tank, and within weeks it's melting, turning brown, or just sitting there doing nothing. The problem? Most plants sold in stores aren't as beginner friendly as they claim. Some demand highlight, CO2 injections, or perfect water perimeters, and if you don't give them that, they struggle. But the 5 plants I'm about to show you, they don't just survive, they thrive. Even if you forget to dose fertilizers, even if your lighting isn't perfect, and even if you're just starting out. So let's get into it. Anubias Nana. This plant practically is unkillable. Seriously, if you manage to kill Anubias Nana, you might want to reconsider keeping plants altogether. Hey, growth and care for them is it grows slowly, which means you won't have to trim it constantly. And unlike faster growing plants, it won't take over your tank, making it ideal for those who prefer a low maintenance aquascape. And lighting and water conditions, it thrives in low to moderate light, making it perfect for tanks without expensive LED lighting setups. And it also doesn't need CO2, and it can tolerate a wide range of water conditions, from soft water to hard water. And then placement, Anubias nana is an epiphyte, meaning it grows best when attached to driftwood, rocks, or decorations. If you bury the rhizome, the thick stem-like structure, in the substrate, it will rot. Secure it using thread or glue and let it establish itself. Resilience, it's highly resistant to algae due to its thick, leathery leaves. Even fish that tend to nibble on plants will usually leave it alone. Java fern. Java fern is another plant that just refuses to die. Growth and care, one of the slowest growing ferns, making it great for low maintenance tanks. Because of the slow growth, it won't require constant trimming. Lighting and water conditions. It thrives in low light and doesn't require CO2 supplementation. It can tolerate a wide range of water conditions from soft acidic water to hard alkaline water. And then placement, like Anubias, Java fern is an epiphyte. It should be attached to wood, rocks, or decorations rather than planted in the substrate. If buried, its rhizome will rot and cause the plant to die. Propagation, it propagates by producing small plantlets on its leaves. These will usually eventually detach and float around the tank until they find a place to settle. This means you'll get new plants without doing anything. And then a special feature, Jaffa fern has a unique broad leaf that create a jungle-like effect in aquascape. It also provides great cover for fish and shrimp. Cryptocoryne Wendtii. Ever heard of the crypt melt? It's when cryptocorynes melt after being introduced to a new tank. But here's the secret. It's just temporary. Once crypts settle in, they grow like weeds. And then the growth and care? Cryptocorynes are rooted feeding plants, meaning they absorb most of their nutrients from the substrate, and they're slow to moderate growers, making them a great choice for a stable aquascape. Lighting and water conditions, they do well in low to moderate light and don't require CO2, and they're extremely hardy and can adapt to various water parameters, though they prefer slightly acidic to neutral conditions. Placement. Unlike Anubias and Java Fern, Cryptocoryne should be planted in the substrate. A nutrient-rich substrate will help them grow stronger and develop deep roots. There are color variations. Depending on the variety, Crypt Wendtii can come in different colors: green, brown, bronze, or even red, allowing you to add variety and contrast to your aquascape. Resilience. After the initial melt phase, they become some of the hardiest plants in your tank. And then once settled, they require very little care. Hornwort. Want fast growth with zero effort? Hornwort is your answer. Growth and care, one of the fastest growing aquatic plants available. It can quickly absorb excess nutrients, helping to prevent algae growth. Lighting and water conditions. It thrives in almost any lighting conditions from low to high light, and it doesn't require CO2. It can tolerate a wide range of temperatures and pH levels, making it ideal for both tropical and cold water tanks. Placement. Hornwort can either be planted in the substrate or left to float. Floating hornwort creates a natural canopy and providing shade and protection for your fish and shrimp. Propagation. It propagates easily by shedding side shoots, which will eventually grow into new plants. And then compatibility, great for breeding tanks as it provides excellent hiding places for fry and shrimp. Fish like guppies and bettas love swimming through its dense, bushy growth. Bucephalandra. Think of Bucephalandra as Anubias, cooler cousin. Growth and care, a slow growing plant that requires minimal trimming. It takes a while to establish itself, but once it does, it's stunning addition to any tank. Lighting and water conditions, it thrives in a low to moderate light and does not require CO2. It prefers lighting acidic to neutral water, but can adapt to various conditions. So placement. Like Anubias and Java Fern, Bucephalandra is an epiphyte and should be attached to hardscape elements like wood or rocks. And then its unique features, it has vibrant textured leaves that can display shades of green, blue, or red, or even metallic shimmer under the right conditions. Propagation. It spreads through rhizome division. Just cut a piece off and attach it elsewhere to create a new plant. And then resilience, highly resistant to algae and fish nibbling, making it an excellent choice for low maintenance tanks. So now that you know these 5 plants, you can completely change how your tank looks without the headache of high maintenance plants. No CO2, no expensive lighting, and no constant trimming. Just beautiful, thriving greenery that practically takes care of itself. Hey, watch this next video. It'll change how you set up your aquarium forever, and I will see you there.